I want to take a pic of Cardi B inside my cardigan. Neighbors call me the late man. Yeah. This is a summary of Frankenstein. Now, I'm just going to do this all off mine, off rip. You bet you. I actually do know some stuff about the actual story, so let's get right into it. So, first part of the story, Mr. Frankenstein is just getting born, he's just getting ready, and he has no idea about what he's going to experience with his fascinations in later life. But once he gets there, and once he realizes he has fascinations about this, he wants to start studying it. He wants to start studying the anatomy and everything a part of it. Now, he doesn't tell any of his family members about it, but he starts studying it, and he gets better and better until he's ready to finally make the dead come back alive. Now, he got told from his professor not to do this at all because it's a terrible idea, and he isn't God. But he did it anyway. Now, at first, he would actually start rummaging through a grave. He was grave robbing, basically. He was a grave robber. And he'd rob certain parts that looked good from certain people. And this time, it was a male. And he started configuring the body. And he started getting it up there. He started building it. Nobody noticed. Nobody ever cared. Nobody thought of it. Nobody thought somebody would be making the dead come back alive. So basically, he finishes the project, and he gets ready, and boom, comes alive. Uh-oh, I made the dead come back alive. Now, this dude's just roaming out. But now, I'm going to be honest here, I don't know what happened. I was a dead man during the story. I fell asleep during the entire class. That's all I know. So we're going to fast forward all the way to chapter 20 where I actually started paying attention again. We now start to realize that now that this monster is lonely and he needs somebody. But we didn't get to know that until he met Frankenstein. And he tells Frankenstein, he confronts him, basically goes up to him, and Frankenstein thinks he's the devil. So he goes like, the devil. And he's like, don't let go of me, you Satan. And Frankenstein says, what do you want? Now let's backtrack all of this, because the monster and Frankenstein always had conflicts with each other. Frankenstein was first astonished of his creation, and now he is afraid of his abomination and wants to get rid of it, but he can't because he hides everywhere. And he's also incredibly strong for being a dead man, which is weird. You're dead, your bones are weak. Fast forward all the way to chapter 20 where this starts happening again. Tells him he's lonely, he hurts him a bit, he almost kills him. Frankenstein almost kills the monster with the gun pointed straight at his head, but monster knocks it out of his hand. Now the monster tells him he's lonely and that he wants someone. Frankenstein is just astonished that this guy's back and he's asking for someone. And he says, Who do you want? Monster says, I want a female and we need to be mates. Which, just say you need a girl, buddy. I get this is like 1800s, but like, just say you need a girl, buddy, not a mate. But he gets done telling that part, and Frankenstein tells him he's got 2 weeks. He's got 2 weeks. How long can you wait? I can wait 2 weeks. Okay, good. I'll see what I can do. And then Frankenstein gets right back to the lab and starts making another monster. But this time, not for him, for this guy, the monster, the other monster. And so he does the same thing. He finds the right parts, rummages through the graves, and starts connecting all the pieces. Then, the monster meets him in his personal house. And what do you know? He's getting a little. So he's spying on his sister, and Victor notices. And Victor's like, Hey! No! Runs and grabs his sister, and he's like, oh, stop, you're hurting me. And he's like, why are you doing this? I just felt something off. Something was off, Okay. And then get into the house, and then he says he needs to leave. So then he says he can't explain, and then he goes, are you still my wife? So you should trust me. So he goes to the lab, makes it. Boom. Then his brother confronts him about this weird project he had to go off. And it turned out his mother was just worried about him. But then Victor tells him why he's been making these two monsters. And we didn't get told why. I guess we already got told why, but fast forward it. So then he's just there. He's like, I have to leave. I'm going. So he leaves. He's in there for like probably a couple hours because he went to his sleep. And then he gets banging on his door. He doesn't wake up. But then monster comes in. He's looking. Gets his eyes open. And goes, oh, it's you. Why are you here? And it turned out he was just looking forward to seeing his girl. And then he gets a little bit weird. She's perfect. Do you know why I got these scars? He turns into the Joker and starts going a little crazy. But he's just so astonished that he has his girl finally and he's about to be ready. Then he tells him, when will she be ready? He goes, I don't know. I can't really make sure of that. And then he leaves. He locks his doors and then books it out. And that's where this basically stops. See ya. Do what you do, get down on the floor, shake your